Hello, my dear friends. Okay, how are you all doing? Welcome to the poetry reading with Shwetha A. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and namaskar. Hope you are doing great. And let's begin our regular session, which is nothing but, you know, poetry reading with Shwetha A. A place where poets share their hearts and minds. Okay, let us begin with our participant, Devendra KC, is a beautiful soul, writes beautifully from Nepal. Please welcome Mr. Devendra KC.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prasanna ji. I just want to inform my friends that on 19th of September, Defense Minister of India, he invited those fighters who took part in 1965 war with Pakistan. I was the one. I had only 6 months service, and I had a josh of sun, Suraj. I was so happy to take part in that war, and today I categorically say that to take part in the battle, I will take 1,000 births for my India. And God has been very kind that I was chosen as one of the veterans. There are total 27 officers, Army, Navy, and Air Force officers from all over India. And God has been very kind that the defense minister, the chief, all those officers, they paid personal attention. They held our hand. They guided us. The army officer was detailed to escort me from my home to the South Block Army headquarters, where this function was held. Great function, greatest of my life. I'm grateful to God that He gave me the opportunity to fight the war with Pakistan, and it was the 60th victory day that was celebrated, 60th Diamond Jubilee.
Congratulations, sir, on this great achievement. You are, pride of nation, I would say that. And it's such an honor that you have declared, announced it on the platform. And we have no words that you have served the country and you have achieved, got a um, much needed recognition. That is what to the government, and such a remarkable moment for you and for us even to hear those words, and receiving such a great honor is not a matter of a small thing. So we really congratulate you, and we feel very happy, very happy. Yes.
And exactly 10 years back, 2015, a Golden Jubilee was celebrated in Delhi about near India Gate, and that time President invited us in his house, and it was great function that time also.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this news with us. And I wish everyone, will be feeling happy as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, for a remarkable achievement of
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful day. God has blessed that, for which I will take 1,000 bucks for this country to fight the enemy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. If you have your poem, you could read your poem, sir.
या एक पोएम मैं उर्दू में पेश कर रहा हूँ। ये गजल है, गजल कहते हैं इसको। मैं अपने महबूब को, अपने खुदा को, अपने कहता हूँ कि आप जब होते हैं तो कोई और बात हो, आप जब होते हैं तो कोई और बात होती है, चांद के बगैर भी चांद रात होती है। आप जब होते हैं तो कोई और बात होती है, चांद के बगैर भी चांद रात होती है। और जो घड़ी आपके वसल में गुजरती है, वसल मैंने कंपनी, वसल मैंने उसके साथ, जो घड़ी आपके वसल में गुजरती है, जिंदगी की वो सौगात होती है। जो घड़ी आपके साथ गुजरती है, जिंदगी की वो सौगात होती है। तो पलक उठती है तो दिन निकलता है, पलक उठती है तो दिन निकलता है, पलक झुकती है तो रात होती है। पलक उठती है तो दिन निकलता है, पलक झुकती है तो रात होती है। वल्लाह जब आप मुस्कुराते हैं, वल्लाह जब आप मुस्कुराते हैं, मोतियों की बरसात, मोतियों की बरसात होती है। एक और है छोटी कि हाले दिल आपसे छुपाना है, हाले दिल आपसे छुपाना है, अश्क पी कर भी मुस्कुराना है। अश्क होते हैं आंसू, आंसू पी कर भी मुस्कुराना है। दिल तो लबरेज है, दिल तो लबरेज है दर्दो गम से, लबरेज में भरा हुआ, दिल तो लबरेज है दर्दो गम से। ये मुस्कुराहट तो एक बहाना है, ये मुस्कुराहट तो एक बहाना है। आप भला दूसरों से रहें जुदा क्यों कर, दुश्मन तो अपना जमाना है। दूर कितनी है मंजिले हयात, बोझ कितना और उठाना है। ये गजल जो होती है, ये दिल के एक एक कोने से, दिल के एक एक गोशे से निकलती है। और उसमें रोमांस कहिए या कुछ भी कहिए, जितना प्यार गजल में भरा होता है, दूसरे गानों में तो सिंपलिसिटी होती है। गजल जो है ये हाईली टेक्निकल होती है, और इसके बीच में वो कुछ होता है जो कि खुदा और उसके मानने वाले के बीच में होता है। मैं आपको बहुत बहुत नमस्कार करता हूँ। मैं चाहता हूँ भगवान मुझे लंबी उम्र दे आपके साथ के साथ के लिए, ताकि हमेशा मैं ऐसे ही आपके साथ कविता पढ़ता रहूं। नमस्कार।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल। आप क्या हमेशा जीते रहेंगे, और या अश्क 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 पी के भी मुस्कुराना है, बिल्कुल। यू नो, प्लीज गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज, यू नो, sipping tears will be happy and feel the joy, feel the happiness as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Honorable Gopal Purdhani. Please welcome Dr. Mr. Devendra KC. Please unmute your mic, sir.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Good evening all, and huge congratulations to Gopal Purdhani Karsab, Nepal ki taraf se. And I have a small poem about music. Of course, I cannot play any kinds of music, but I do write some lyrics. There are some lyrics of mine in YouTube also, Devendra KC Devu. So I have written a small poem about music. Very unfortunately, it's true that I cannot play any kinds of musical instruments, but I can feel and flow along the music that others play and brings pleasant and happy moments. Not only the human beings, but also the other animals and insects understand the language of music. The oceans, the rivers, the waterfalls, and the lakes create their own natural music. Birds can create lovely atmosphere and they can give some important informations too. Airflow inside the vessels, air when collide with the mountains and jungles produce different types of music. Sometimes men will be confused listening the music of air when it hits to the holes of the trees. In the ancient times also, there were primitive types of musical instruments to play and create a means of breeze. Reaching to this modern era, men invented very sophisticated musical instruments which continues and never cease. Music is a means to reach the inner soul that can make you happy or brings tears and eyes. Music can even connect us to the super soul when our mind flies high. Music can bind one or more souls together and heals the pain with its power. We can immerse in the field of music or we can bath and shower. The language, the melody, or the meaning of the music is immortal. Like great Lataji, Rafiji, and Kishore Kumarji left their souls of sound with music. Those will be remembered forever in our heart's portal. May Goddess Saraswati give blessings to mankind through music and voice. Hey God, we pray to give birth of super talents in songs and music that people can always rejoice. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Music heals wound and it gives soothing effort to the soul. Music is everything. Music gives us peace. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was given by Dr. Mr. Devendra KC. Please welcome Nayma Chamchoun. Nayma. Nayma, please unmute your mic. Okay, please welcome Nayma. 910 carry.
You want me to come on?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Let's find it. Give me a second. Right. The player forces. Dynasties come and go. The opulence and majesty of a people will not last if it is built on avarice, ego, power, and control. Moreover, it must be supported either by a collective will or a sense of complacency. Positive action need not be active, except in the energy of the soul and heart, spreading to the mind, emotions, and physical being. This is the energy of love, without which a home cannot function. This applies to society, of course, yet creation is woven together by many seen and unseen forces playing their part in a much larger consciousness of the divine will. The all-knowing seer who pulls the strings to create what is meant essentially to be a beautiful play with each soul playing its respective role. And poem 2, Solidarity. I feel for the fish, once gliding gracefully across the bed of the aquamarine ocean, now trapped in a fisherman's net of sorrows. For the fish, too, needs to live, not become a victim of the limitations of its own consciousness. I feel for the downtrodden and the oppressed, all those in conflict and poverty-stricken areas, those dying in their homelands for causes not necessarily known to them, trapped like sardines, huddled in a tin can with nowhere to breathe or escape. The tears and wails of the weak, the children, mothers, fathers and daughters mourning their namesakes who all perish due to a dearth of love in the hearts of humans experiencing a history of their own insecurities and fears. I am in solidarity with those, palms folded, beseeching the light of heaven, hoping that the cries and copious tears for the injustices seen will serve as the merits for the forgiveness of the oppressors. For violence breeds violence, even as the cycle of genocide tends to repeat itself. Yet there is nothing without a story to tell or to unfurl like flowers, just as the burnt ashes in a crematorium hold memories of both remorse and the zenith of beauty. I am a puny vessel who beseech paradise, knowing that whatever happens in divine providence is for a reason, and while it may not be obvious, everything happens for the progression of my soul. I may howl entreatingly at the moon in darkness, or lament like the cuckoo for its beloved one. Yet, just as no one gets mangoes in its non-harvesting season, so too it takes grace to arouse the consciences of those who are fast asleep. Ignorance is fettered to desires, attachments, egos, and pain. May the divine alchemist heal us. May our heartfelt hear our heartfelt prayers. Again, liberation is freedom, and while what I see may be a loss of bereavement on earth, it is a victory for the soul in eternity. Know ye not that ye are the children of love, which dwells in you, and you are not your own? I am in solidarity with those who believe in limited freedom, knowing that to reach out to the healing rays of the invisible. Knowing when to reach out to the healing rays of the invisible. For they recognize that true freedom is the harmony of the soul with its source divine, and earth is the field of its manifestation. I am in solidarity with the creative source of communities who recognize that diversity is special, that the garden of love relies not only on the beautiful flowers, but the foliage, leaves, and weeds, just as the maestro requires the various instruments so that the symphony blends in harmony. Finally, I'm in solidarity with all beings, animate and inanimate, striving consciously or unconsciously in the face of adversity, aridity, and disenchantment to find our way home. Anton Carey, thank you.
In solidarity with all human beings and beseeching light from the heaven.
Thank you.
So, what could I say? The lines that you express always, one of the phrases that goes by. Thank you always, Acharya, for doing light. Always.
Thank you.
A lot of applause, my dear friends. That was Acharya, Manatita Hutchinson, Akal Lantern Carrier. Please welcome Nayma Chamchoun.
Thank you. I'm going to share two pieces. None. Coffee tastes your lips more than I, smudging the pink plush of your smile, pooling in the mouth's fleshy aisles, illicitly infusing with you, but not I. Fancy's fruits find your reply. Your fingers linger thoughtfully over the keyboards, delicately brushing letters. Why not I? Verily, visions of vitality in May. Bathe in your admiring gaze, radiating in the eyes, praise, a mistress to tempt you away. The desert sparrow wakes you as you gently shake off sleep, your attar sewn into the sheets, death to the stirring song in you, the wonders of the earth and the sky. Welcome and celebrate your company, bursting into invigorating symphony. But none holds you dear more than I. Thank you. And the second piece, breasts, translucently delicate, finely sculpted orbs, drooping forbidden fruit, jiggling with each wiggle, cupping your fate, nuzzled, suckling cheeks, enveloped in the fragrance of talcum powdered womb, guzzled, liquid nurture, binding, drawing glances in a low-cut top, a lover's base, buried in their fleshy down, idolized, objectified, gazing, jouissance, in public, feeding the eyes of scorn, touted on the products they adorn, their standards grieving in the bathroom, dreading and hoping, frantically groping the life giver, the lady killer, waiting with impending doom. You are blooming beauty. You are the menacing beast, sagging and deflating with time as the odds decline. Athena's blooms wilting fatally, gasping for time, or cut with saving cruelty. Thank you.
Wow, singing is not easy. Wonderful, Nayma. Thank you for joining after a long gap. We are delighted that you have joined, and I like your reading especially. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Thank you for joining, Nayma, and please welcome Dr. Mali Jassa.
Greetings, friends. Let me start with salutes to our respected Colonel Gobalji. I'm going to read the first poem is on soldiers. O soldier, my salutes. Where glaciers thicken and melt, and freezing wind pierces ruthless, and yonder horizons change their shade. There you dwell, O soldier, guarding us, saving our lives. You watch over sleepless, eyes alert, open, creeping, camouflaged over ice plates, while we sleep and snore in blankets so cozy and safe. Keeping the tear-soaked letters from wife, parents, and kids far off, close to your heart to warm up. O soldier, how great thy sacrifice! Your commitment, so divine, selfless. In the hearth of your heart, you offer to flames your dreams, hopes of unions of love, togetherness, family, friends, on shores so native where you grew up. You sigh out sorrows, stifled of misgivings from parents ailing, wife longing, telling tales of her heartbroken silence to queries of kids. Why no father for me to put me to school? O soldier, I salute thee for being so selfless, struggling to transcend me and mine for us. The nation so wide, allowing your mind to jettison the rest. O soldier, I salute thee, the tricolor you hoist on Siachen tops. Its corderilla sprawls and spreads. My humble self sprouting the seed of respect for you, eternal, unwithered by time, keeping the sparks of the trail you left behind. Salutes. Thank you.
What a powerful rendition, man. Me and I and Fawaz. Beautiful mind and Fawaz. Excellent, excellent tribute to the soldiers of the nation and soldiers in general.
Yes, I wanted to commend Dr. Molly for this piece. You know that sometimes wars are fought because we do have bad government, but individually soldiers don't necessarily have anything to do with that. Some soldiers go there to serve their country, very much exemplified in the Mahabharata war, really, where Krishna shows that doing your duty with the consciousness of God is of remarkable significance, whatever the duty. And soldiers, they do make the sacrifice, which Dr. Morley talked about, the selflessness, the undaunting courage, the patriotism to serve their country, and a very honorary cause. And many of them get forgotten in certain countries, or they get very little notice. So it's important to give a shout to those who, sometimes offer their lives in loving sacrifice for their country. In some ways, it's similar to the freedom fighters who fight against imperialism and colonialism. Very significant.
Yes, you're spot on, Lantenji. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please welcome, please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Dr. Seshni.
Hello, namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, kemcho. Hello, everyone. And just wanted to say thank you so much to all the poets today. Really lovely poems. And also just wanted to say that through this group, I was able Prasanna's group and the introduction from Lantern, I was able to see Dr. Molly Joseph in India whilst I was there. I was only there for a few days, but she kindly offered that I could come to her place, and I was able to see her and get a copy of her book as well. So I'm very grateful for this group, Prasanna and everyone. And it was a really lovely meeting, actually. Yeah. So just to say thank you for that. So Prasanna, you're connecting all the poets all over the world. So I have a few poems, but the one I wanted to share today was about Vrindavan. So that's one of the places I visited. Kerala, I saw Dr. Molly Joseph, and then I went to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan lives in my heart. It all began divinely planned. I walked the dust of sacred land, where Krishna played his Leela sweet, and Bhakti rose in every sweet street. Parikrama paths beneath my feet, through temple lanes where hearts to meet. 5,000 shrines, a timeless song, where chants of Radhe Krishna throng. The Yamuna flowed, her waters pure, with boats that carried love's allure. Kirtans echoed, bells rang wide. In every breath, the Lord resides. Ashrams calm, the sadhus wise, a glimmer deep in every eye. Tulsi circling, prayers aloud. Devotion whispered, soft and proud. Garlands held in tender grace. Prasadam blessed in every place. I met the saints, the cow so kind, and left no worldly care behind. From Mathura's sacred crowded way to Vrindavan's bright holy sway, where flower stalls and feast delights turn every day to festival's delights. With folded hands, my soul gave thanks in temple halls and river banks, Dandiyavat, I bowed so low. In every corner, Krishna's glow. Then came Kartik's golden flame, 1,000 lamps, each one a name. Of love, of longing, deep and still, singing Damodar with tearful will. And now, though far, I hold that place, its joy, its light, its endless grace, forever etched a sacred part. Vrindavan lives in my heart. Thank you, Dandiyavat. Thank you so much.
Dhanyavad, ma'am. Dhanyavad. What a great, things that you have shared with us. Really, we are feeling so happy that you have met Dr. Molly Joseph, Dr. Mr. C.K. Vishwanath. This is something.
I wanted to say thank you for the shout out as well. She mentioned me. And at the same time, we know that Diwali is very soon, and she's very rhythmical in her flow,
Yeah.
She does the verses so well, like, the old English greats, Elizabeth Browning and others who wrote so many sonnets and had various styles. Of course, Shakespeare is a god to the British Empire. But I wanted you touch on the light and the beauty of what's yet to come, and India is very, very reminiscent of that. And in a week's time, lights would be blazing in India. I'm sure all the diyas would be alight. Firecrackers going off everywhere. So you reminded me of that too.
Yeah. Dr. Seshni, you really gave me such a thrilling surprise that you could spare time for me on way to a very busy seminar. Life sometimes, the random happens in such a miraculous way. You spent quality time with me. We hugged each other. And that's the spirit of fertile brains, Globally, we are here together. And then we are hugging each other heart to heart. So thank you for sparing time with me and making my day. That day I was totally excited, telling everyone, see, a friend casually stepped in, cheered my day. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly, and thank you, Lantern, and also Prasanna. As the visit, like Molly described, it was just randomly. I just messaged her some thought came in my head. Let me just message her. I messaged her within a few minutes. She said, "It's on my. If it's on your way, please come." And the driver took me there. I spent a lovely time with her. She was so hospitable, a lovely, beautiful home with in lots of nature. And she was so welcoming. You know, I've never met her in person before, but only through the group, through attending this. And it was just so wonderful. And I had some Kerala sweets as well. So I'm just so grateful. And I hope I will come and see other poets in India next time. And if you're in the UK, please give Lantern and I a shout out as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll make it happen, ma'am, soon. Dr. Roopali ma'am is always ready for that. She will welcome you and me as well. Of course, Saraswati Poswal ma'am as well. I could definitely say that. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Miss Maria.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to be with you all. Thank you, Prasanna, for the opportunity to participate on another session of the Fertile Brains platform. I have one piece for today. First in English, then in Portuguese. Hope you don't mind. The title of my poem is Another Call. It is the phone that rings, but it finds no answer. I know that's you with mellifluous words, humming disloyal to reach out my ears. Your litany, I know by heart, in search of good moments, and after a while, broken bones. But before anything, I will stop you. It was per your wish, endless coming and going. My broken heart, it neglects to be deceived. Follow your own way. For you, no shelter under my roof. I learned how to live well. I don't want any more suffering. It was in English and now in Portuguese. In Portuguese, the title is Outra Chamada. É o telefone que toca, mas não obtém resposta. Sei que és tu com doces palavras, infiel zumbido para minhas orelhas. A tua ladainha conheço de cor. Na busca por doces momentos, para logo depois ligação romper. Mas antes de recomeçar, vou te interromper. Foi tu que quisestes assim, idas e vindas sem fim. Meu coração maltratado não aceita mais ser enganado. Segue teu caminho, aqui não tens mais morada. Aprendi a viver bem, não quero mais sofrer. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Super, super, super. Thank you, Maria, for being there always and to presenting your beautiful poetry in English and as in Portuguese as well. Please give a round of applause, Maria friends. Applause, Maria, Elvira, Fernandes, Correia.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Up next is Poet of Three Rivers. Definitely, undoubtedly, he's a wonderful host, engineer. What do you call it? I mean, he's master of form. Richard Spisak.
Thank you so much. As always, it's a true honor to be here in this wonderful assembly of poets whose voices speak truth across the globe. And thank you, Prasanna, as always. I've got two little pieces for you. This first one, I find, especially for my friends in India, you're known as a country of so many holidays. A friend of mine has got a magazine coming out. You may know her. Maori is the publishing company, and it's our dear Finn Bell. She asked us to write poems about the holidays, and I thought, oh, you know, The standard holidays are so done, you know, everyone knows them. So I thought I would look up some unusual holidays. So I offer you this. This is 3 holidays that I will to look at with you. As holiday season approaches, sometimes in donkey cart, sometimes in coach, one might spy with your little eye these splendid seasonal celebrations, not everywhere, but in some nations. The Krampus celebration you might spot. In mighty Europe you might hop, where gigantic horned figure you could spot if you were careless and heedless of propriety when you shopped. And just as good kitties get their rewards from the others, say, for the others, yeah, it seems there's a sword. For just the good little kitties get their rewards, and on the others, say, for others, yeah, it seems there's a sword. When Grampus tramps and homes and stamps, where the little bad kitties get their chomps, his horned figure gets no rest. He finds out where the baddies do their best. And as the good kids get their rewards, the others, no doubt you've heard, the baddies get theirs. Come snarling, borrowing, Krampus cares. Then there's the holiday of radishes in Mexico. The holiday of radishes, on the 23rd of December, you might spy a special celebration that might meet your eye. A miniature village, a herd of special llamas, all spread out before you in miniature, carved to boot from that colorful root. The radish, you might say, has its own special day, but you'd be wrong. You'd have to sing the song for the radish, not the cabbage. In night, you might well correct yourself, you silly. Get it right. The night of the radishes is pure delight. You might find an entire display of villages carved from a single radish. You might see a tiny rabbi there singing Kaddish. You might spot a plot from Hamlet on one side with Juliet on her balcony. Her karma collides with young Romeo, speckled and spotted there where he's spotted on this so pungent and colorful root, arrayed and displayed of the festive eve, I do believe. On another radish you might find the ample behind of some ingenue, where retinue reclining takes in the sun of the shade you'll find in this eventide celebration, if you find the time. Herds of hamsters carved from radishes, horses, mules, don't get geese confused, all carved from radishes that night on display, then all over swamped in salad dressing the very next day. And then this, in Sweden, you'll find the special night of Galway. Galway, a Swedish town, not always near Galway, they build each year a gigantic goat and special species that you must take note. They build each year from scented sweet hay in bundles a giant goat. The Galway goat, if you saw, was all decked in red ribbons made of straw. You might be among those who place a bet upon the heated fate of where the Galway goat up to yet. Well, it seems that each year a dubious fate is quite contentious, you might state. That there are those who find a mischievous sport the chance to set their minds to sparking for a lark, set it ablaze, sometimes in a fast burn, sometimes in just a few days. Some say for sport, some say to protest, but in either way it's just the ashes that we've left. So I say to Galway with its special or malicious fiery goat, I say to Galway, humanity is a fickle son. Please take note, for you too may find your seasonal be reasonable. Extend your hosting to support such Yuletide pranks that smoky goaty doting. Without police blotters, let plotters snore. So there we go. 3 holidays for one. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoy them.
We always enjoy your rendition and your presentation. Poet of three levels, poet of three, poet of three holidays that you related to. So wonderful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Miss Swarna.
Hi everyone, it's so nice to be here today with all of you. I have 2 poems today. So the first one is doesn't have a title. It goes like this. In sickness and in health, that's how it all begins. A rocket taking off with a fiery launch. Vows spoken feverishly, looking into each other's eyes. A wedding ceremony, worship of devotion, above all else. But sincere steadiness has its own price. He watches numbly as the doctors declare her cancer diagnosis, a betrayal on all fronts. Life has betrayed him. It has proven to be nothing more than a glorified roller coaster. She has betrayed him, promise of eternity forever broken. God has betrayed him. He must imagine her in a mortuary until the very end. His life has never felt so fragile, crumbling into tiny morsels that the birds can pick and eat whenever they want. The vow is the only thing that keeps them together and the only thing that keeps them apart, like a newborn child sleeping between their hearts. But he recognizes her name in his own heartbeat and the pledge of allegiance that he sings to her day and night. He watches her coughing fits with a distant look, as though he can no longer understand how to fight. Traveling back and forth between past and future, trying to make it add up to the present. She focuses on her recovery. He visits the psychiatrist. Neither can tell who is more sick. On a rainy day, they find out that she has been approved for an experimental procedure. His joy knows no bounds, for though he had been angry with her, it was only because his fear of living without his best friend had made him forget his natural compassion for a fellow human being. Hallelujah, it is the age of renewal. So they decide on a romantic date. She wears a pink satin skirt. They look into each other's eyes as he hands her a bouquet of her favorite white roses, and their hearts remember how they had desperately clung on to love when all hope was lost. And so it is in that moment that their hearts renew their vows, because both in sickness and in health, their hearts dared to beat as one. Thank you so much, guys. And then this is my second poem. Falling in love is indescribable. So as another stubborn, perplexed human, all I can do is try to describe it for my own sanity. I was breathless and energized. I was helpless and empowered. I watched myself descend slowly into nothingness and everythingness all at once, riding the high, delighting in the thrill, relishing the euphoria, all while my mind was desperately grappling to pinpoint the exact source of the sudden joy. I knew I was the same person, but I felt new. My connection with the universe exploded, as if I had finally aligned me with myself, as if something had been inside me all along, as if something that had been inside me all along was now unwrapping itself into a precious gift. I felt the vividness of imagination more vividly, the softness of petals more softly. The sky was a deeper blue than it had ever been, and the roses, oh, the roses, I could feel their red pulsating in my bloodstream. All I knew was that life had tried to kill me, but this was proof that I wasn't dead. I had tasted the elixir of life, and I wanted more, and it poured itself into me like it was meant for my core. I don't know what love is or isn't, but the moment I felt it, I began to worship this nectar of bliss, shouting ecstatically that this sweet love, this is what I was built for. I wanted to be consumed by it, destroyed by its power, and reborn as love itself.
Brilliant. Wow. What an amazing. Your connection with the universe has been exploded. Indeed. Brilliant. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Swarna. Please
Thank you
welcome
so much.
Dr. Roopali Sak.
Thank you, Prasanna. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Well, you seem to have got inside a library. You do all kinds of interesting things. I'm truly breathless. Uh, I have some kind of an infection that has made me breathless, but I'm also breathless with the kind of poetry that I've heard. So I think that goes for an applause from me. I sometimes wonder, when do we write poetry? Last night I couldn't sleep at all. And I wrote this poem, and it's really very autobiographical because, we have the Festival of Lights very close by, which is Deepavali, but it's also a very expensive festival. Newspapers and shops are all, displaying gold and jewelry and silk saris and clothes. And we have so many people in this country who are left behind. I can never ignore that. Now, this is what happened some years ago when, we bought a house, an apartment, and we shifted into that place. So I remember that Deepavali, that auspicious time when we moved into our first forever home. Slowly, neighbors slipped in one by one, and at night you could see curtainless windows light up like square boxes of light. Soon houses began turning into homes, and colorful curtains hid people, and we saw silhouettes appear like shadows in the evening. Anonymity strolled in as open spaces were cleverly fenced. Who lived beyond those iron grills and high hedges? Why did they not want to greet or meet anyone? They were human anthills, feared and revered. Then Deepavali, the festival of lights, came around, and strings of colorful bulbs hung across balconies. On and off they went, twinkling all night. Earthen oil diyas appeared at a few doorsteps, and the fenced ones stood aloof with big red and yellow teardrop bulbs. Somewhere, just outside the new row of houses and apartments, there was a palpable darkness. Fire from an odd chula. A chula is a little cooking space made out of bricks, or two punctured the darkness with a dull glow. Termite-eaten wooden planks, cardboard cartons, paper cups and plastic bottles smoldered with an acrid smell. Small hutments of mud and straw and plastic sheets didn't invite anyone in. The inmates mostly lived outside, under a tree or a makeshift shed. A deep isolation threaded its way through the spiraling smoke. Who were they? Where did they come from? Happy Diwali, my friend and I chanted, holding out a bag full of sugar-dripping laddus and little bags of crackers, trying desperately to comfort our conscience. Vacant eyes stared back, no happy hands stretched out. Pale yellow hair and pot-bellied malnutrition writ large on their aging child faces. There was no Diwali for them. Their fathers and mothers had built our fancy houses and homes. And now they were only waiting to move on. They were migrant labor. They were strangers to the city and its celebrations. The sun had set. In the dwindling daylight, red chili paste and millet rotis welcomed us strangers to the only meal they were going to eat. Not far away, Diwali lights twinkled away and crackers exploded and lit up the sky in a burst of colorful cluster of starlight. Thank you so much.
The tapestry of the imagery of that you and ma'am. You always have this practical and real life things that you surrounding that you experience. You put it in the poetic form. So beautiful, so beautiful.
So poignant reality you have drawn, Roopali.
Thank you so much, Molly. I love Holi.
Yeah.
Holi is a festival of colors, and it's very tactile. And you go out in the open, and you can touch anybody. You don't have to have new clothes, and you buy, you can wear all your old clothes and enjoy yourself. But somehow Diwali, despite all its beauty, there was a loneliness among the rich and the poor.
That is a grim reality.
It's a contrast, ma'am.
Yeah, what a contrast.
Dr.
Heartbreak.
Roopali, here in the West too, we even have it at Christmas, which is basically meant to be a big festival. And then again, there is what you said, but there is this stress and opulence and having to buy the best and look the best kind of thing.
Yes.
It's human nature, I suppose. We miss the message a lot, but I think there's an element of beauty in getting together with the family and the food, and the basics are important too.
Yeah, but it's very interesting that Christmas is no longer, remembered for what Christmas is. If we say
Yeah.
happy holidays,
Yeah.
People wish each other happy holidays.
Exactly.
New Year in the West is infinitely better, because after everyone gets drunk and one becomes sober on the 1st of January, is the period of great reflection. People begin to think of renewal and making what we call it resolutions, and they need to change. They see it.
Exactly, sir. Thank you, Roopali ma'am. Thank you. This is
And thank you, Prasanna. And tell me, how did you get inside that library?
I was wondering.
Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please welcome Miss Shilpi Chowdhury. Miss Shilpi Chowdhury.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasanna. And thank you, everyone. Good evening and good morning from Bangladesh. I'm so honored to be here again. Thanks a lot. And I'm going to read two poems today. And the first one is Strange Mirror. Gaping towards the canopies, it chases to know the universe, to know its magical beauty. I am weary and defeated. How can I grow in different places, times, shades, and shapes? Gazing into the mirror, I am blessed. But how? When I embrace you into that, how I operate my body and mind, I confront a profoundness. Am I trying to explore you or me? Am I discovering us widely, or the enormity of our impulsive grab glaring at the mirror? I surprised about the power. Did I ever scrutinize all this? I have nothing to show up. I am merely a microdust. How I feel with some hinders and regain. Are those only timeless? Why I think about the feeling when I get alone or down or boredom. When I get after and travel around you into your mirror, into that supreme body and soul. Did I scrutinize all this? Thank you. This is first one. And second one is base color. Black is the most powerful, as it presume of all colors. Without black, colors have no identity. Black preserved the stronger power within to spread sparkle of light. Black creates a rainbow into it heart after flooded rain. It's the passion of blossom, all colors in nature of this universe and human life as well. Thank you. Thank you everyone to listen to me. And I want to read a short Bengali poem today.
That would be exceeding, your time needs. So maybe next.
Thank you. Thank
you,
you everyone for listening to me. Thank you.
Yeah, merely a micro dash. We are merely a micro dash. In fact, I would say that, and blackness, encompasses all colors beautifully encapsulated. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Shilpi Chowdhury, Shilpi Chowdhury. Please welcome Miss Suvarna P.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to all the nice to be here. Recently, I missed all these Sundays. Anyways, today I'm very happy to be a part of this Patel Brain's poetry recitation. Thank you, Prasanna Kumar sir, for giving me this opportunity. The title of the poem is Life with Seasons. As seasons approach, life with many reasons, life finds its way to live better in every season, embracing the cool, icy wintry man for no reason. Love to be the sultry, sunny summer man's companion, longing as faded leaves to lead the life with autumn season in broken, hoping for the awesome spring to bloom smiles in every life to make sweeten. This is a small poem, and now I would like to recite a Telugu poem also. Sir, shall I? Good. The title of the poem is ఆకలి రంగు. అన్నమో రామచంద్ర అనే ఆకలి కేకలు, గుప్పెడు బొవ్వ కోసం గుటకలేస్తున్న ఆర్తనాదాలు, గుప్పెడు గుండెని అదిమి పడుతున్న కన్నీటి ప్రవాహధారలు, నిప్పుల కొలిమి కడుపులో రగులుతున్న, నిద్రాలోకం అరిచి పిలుస్తున్న, సుడులు తిరుగుతూ ఉన్న ఆకలి చలించదు, కన్ను ఆర్పదు, ఆకలి రుచి ఎరగదు, నిద్ర సుఖం ఎరగదు అనే నానుడి స్పందించదు. ఆకలికి రంగు రుచి చిక్కదనం లేదు, పక్క పలచిదనం తప్ప. మనిషి రంగు మారిన మమత రంగులు మార్చుకొనిన, మనుషులు రంగులు వేరుగా ఉన్న ఆకలి రంగు మాత్రం ఒకటే, స్పందించే మనుషులు మాత్రం వేరు. Thank you all for listening to my poem. Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. The color of hunger. Wonderful description. Wonderful description, ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was beautifully recited in Telugu and English as well. Thank you for joining, ma'am. Thank you. Keep right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Please welcome Mr. Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Mr. Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Sir, please unmute your mic. Sir, please unmute your mic.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir, please.
Distance. Distance keeps you apart. The fear of parting engulfs. My senses, your presence feels. The moment's consciousness, late fancy create your form, and all sounds fail in delight. My second poetry. Mountain. Even atop a mountain, as I stand, you remain. In showers of dark rain, while I against the light, give you tender cover, and sunset hears our roots. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Short and sweet, very crisp, to the point. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Mr. Mrinal Kanti Ghosh. Last but not least, and cannot be ever ever be least, so the dynamic Miss Saraswati Poswal.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam. Thank you so much, K. Kumar Prasanna ji, for inviting me, and it's a great honor to me to firstly listening all the great poets here, wonderful poetry on the festival, and colorful, everyone spread the various different colors and alluring poems. Thank you so much, and I'm feeling so honored to hear you all. I'm quite small to give you review your poem. Thank you so much once again, Prasanna ji. Now I'll go with my poem. The title of my poem is, one is in Hindi. I can go for the two now, Hindi and one English. Huh? Okay. हिंदी है, जिंदगी को जीने के लिए। ये मैंने सुनाया नहीं, शायद नहीं, हाँ नहीं सुना। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए, जिंदगी को जीने के लिए अनदेखा करना पड़ता है बहुत कुछ। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए अनदेखा करना पड़ता है बहुत कुछ। गलतियों के बीच सही को ढूंढना पड़ता है। गलतियों के बीच सही को ढूंढना पड़ता है। बुराइयों के बीच अच्छाइयों को खोजना पड़ता है। डर के बीच निडरता को खोजना पड़ता है। निडर होने का प्रयास करना पड़ता है। तकलीफों के बीच सहजता को ढूंढना पड़ता है। दुखों के बीच सुखों को खोजना पड़ता है। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए बहुत कुछ करना पड़ता है। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए भीड़ में तन्हाई को ढूंढना पड़ता है। एकाकीपन में अपनत्व को और भीड़ को महसूस करना पड़ता है। आराम पाने के लिए कष्टों से को सहन करना पड़ता है। फल पाने के लिए बीज बोना पड़ता है। मिलने के लिए बिछड़ना पड़ता है। कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए, समझने के लिए पहले खुद को समझना पड़ता है। जिंदगी को जीने के लिए, समझाने के लिए पहले खुद को समझना पड़ता है। प्यास को समझने के लिए, प्यास को समझने के लिए पहले प्यासा रहना पड़ता है। भूख को समझने के लिए भूख का एहसास करना पड़ता है। आशा को पाने के लिए निराशा से होकर गुजरना पड़ता है। किसी को गलत ना कहकर बस खुद को सही करते रहना पड़ता है। गलत विचार, गलत सोच को त्याग कर खुद को स्वच्छ विचार तंग जिंदगी को आगे चलना पड़ता है। तो इस तरह जिंदगी को हम बसर करते हैं जिंदगी जीने के लिए। ये थी मेरी एक हिंदी में कविता। अब आपके समक्ष मैं एक इंग्लिश की कविता बोलूंगी। सबने दिवाली और लाइट्स पे बहुत बोला, तो मैंने कहा नहीं, दिवाली लाइट्स पे नहीं बोलूंगी, इट्स एन इनकम्प्लीट पोएम। तो मैंने एक इंग्लिश में पोएम लिखी है। वन ब्रोकन हार्ट कैन नॉट मेंड his or her life. One broken heart cannot mend his or her life, but surely they can help thousands of people whom they can pour smile with their smile. But surely they can help thousands of people whom they can pour smile with their smile. The pain becomes strength and help others to mend. The pain becomes strength and helps others to mend. Invisibly enduring the captivates. Invisibly endures and captivates. One broken heart can mend his or her life by helping souls, becoming a light of hope for the fragile, becoming the light of hope for the fragile, and works like an antidote to the deadly soul. Your words can become a broken person strong or weak. Your words can become a broken person strong or weak. Can only feel the pain, once perceiving and giving meaningful endures, stitching every now and then for new start and begin. But they break him or her again, not to get men, but we have to mend for life again and again. One broken heart can be mended once again. Thank you so much.
क्या हो रहा है मैम आजकल?
कुछ नहीं हो रहा है,
नहीं
कभी
नहीं,
तोड़ रहे, कभी नहीं कभी तोड़ रहे हैं तो कभी जोड़ रहे हैं। अभी मैंने अभी जस्ट कविता लिखी थी लाइट पे, तो इट वाज इनकम्प्लीट, तो मेरे को मन था कि पहले वो सुनाऊं, फिर मैंने कहा नहीं लाइट पे नेक्स्ट वीक ही सुनाती हूँ आपको बहुत अच्छे से। तो बहुत सुंदर सुंदर सबकी सुनी, तो मेरी तो तुच्छ कविता कुछ भी नहीं है।
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That
जिंदगी
was
दे, थैंक यू सो मच। आप इतना इतना डिस्क्राइब करते थे, इतना बड़ा बड़ा मत बोला करो, मेरे वर्ड्स बहुत छोटे होते हैं। छोटी सी कविता है जिंदगी के लिए, तो जिंदगी को मैं एक्सप्लोर कर रही हूँ अभी, तो फिलहाल इट्स गोइंग ऑन। थैंक यू सो मच
thank
के
you, ma'am.
कुमार जी,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
थैंक यू।
So my lines, me on the path of search with no direction, moved ahead to make a rendezvous with my soul. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, to Saraswati Poswal and Miss Saraswati Poswal. That's the end of the piece. I have just read my lines.
क्या कर रही है आपने छोटा सा, आपकी भी ये एलमीरा ये कैसे किया है? आपने लाइब्रेरी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आपका, सबने बड़ा अप्रिशिएट किया कुमार जी।
अच्छा सुनाता हूँ एक लंबी वाली मैं।
यहाँ हिंदी में सुनाइए, आप कुछ बड़ा सुना दीजिए, हिंदी में सुना दीजिए।
The
हिंदी में
myths of
सुना दीजिए,
नहीं इंग्लिश में ही सुना।
चलिए इंग्लिश में सुना दीजिए।
The myths of the material world, some truly enigmatic, some evoke spiritual conscience, some tend to make a release of the fact of taking birth and the cycle of death and reincarnation. Clash of fate and destiny, the interplay of karmic connection. It tends to be confusing sometimes. Myths and folklore say of attaining salvation and at the same time spells tips that facilitate to meet the trivial desires. It's quite appalling to understand the fact a contrary notion always seems to indicate a contrary aspect. What's right and what's wrong, what to follow and what to discard. To think is like giving up the peace of living in the moment and losing all fleeting happiness that's begotten, doing what's needed at present, bread and butter, clothing and shelter first. Everything comes later, the spirit and the matter of other material elements.
Exactly. That's a right take on it. Very sane and sensible take, dear Prasanna.
Marvelous piece, wonderful.
Thank you. So shall we call it a day? Yes.
You're muted, Prasanna.
Yeah, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, sorry.
Prasanna, you're muted.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for joining, and thank you. I was saying that, I will be looking forward for you all to join in the next coming Sunday. And thank you, Dr. Seshni, for making your time.
Yeah.
And to meet Dr. Molly Joseph, such a beautiful, union. And thank you, Suvarna ma'am, and Nayma Lantern sir.
Thank you, Prasanna. Marvelous host, great platform,
Yeah.
inspirational.
Unique platform, Prasanna. We
Funny,
celebrate it.
Thank you. With you. Thank you,
Smart
Dr.
and brilliant.
Thank
Smart
you,
and
Prasanna.
brilliant
Thank you,
writer.
everyone,
Thank you, Prasanna ji. Thank
for
you so
this
much.
wonderful evening. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good
Yeah,
time.
lovely.
Have a